Could be a shakeup in the president's cabinet for his second term. Attorney General Eric Holder, who came under fire, of course, for the botched gun-running operation Fast and Furious, says he is considering saying adieu to D.C.
I think that I'm in the process now of trying to determine, do I think that there are things that I still want to do? Do I have some gas left in the tank? It's been an interesting and tough 4 years. So I just really don't know.
Well, our next guest says the Attorney General should have packed up a long time ago, really. Texas Congressman Louie Gohmert is here with Dallas to explain. You have called for his resignation for a while, haven't you, Congressman?
Yes, for a very long time. You look at all the things that he's been involved in. I mean, you go back to his refusal to prosecute associates of them after the Holy Land Foundation trial. You look at his refusal to disclose documents to Congress that he gave to supporters of terrorism. You look at their relationship with Muslim Brotherhood Front organizations. You look at 4 years ago, Steve, 4 years ago, you had Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and all the other four planners for 9/11 agreed to plead guilty. He comes out with this, oh, we'll bring him to New York for a show trial. They withhold it. 4 years later, there is still no justice.
Right.
They're ready to plead guilty for it. I mean, that alone is bad enough. And then you look at it being in contempt of Congress and all of it. If he didn't know about Fast and Furious, that alone is enough to be fired. And if he did, then it's something more serious than being fired at stake here. And then we hear Napolitano may be the replacement. I tell you what, Steve, any Republican senator that supports Napolitano to replace this guy after all the wrongs she's done and the incompetence needs to be targeted and defeated in the next election. She should not be the replacement.
Well, it's interesting you should mention that about Janet Napolitano, Congressman, because I was reading in a couple of mainstream media newspapers today that she is well regarded on Capitol Hill, where you work, and she's not held in good regard from you.
I mean, look at it. This summer, when I asked her, she wasn't even aware that there was a member of a terrorist organization in the White House. She educated herself before. She's given classified access to people that were not properly vetted, at least one we know of. I was told by the director of DPS here that her chief of staff said that very night that Napolitano had been briefed on a person she gave classified access to, and the next morning she said she knew nothing about it. Either she's got a liar for a chief or she's lying. I mean, there are so many involved. In March of 2009, she's out there saying, we're going after any gun dealer who sells guns that end up in Mexico. Either she's completely incompetent or she was complicit with the Justice Department in getting those guns to Mexico. Right. There is plenty. I mean, she is completely interwoven with the Justice Department's problems, and she has no business being there. She may know what's going on over there, but that's not a qualification when it's knowledge of bad stuff happening.
Well, it certainly would be an interesting confirmation hearing if she was put up for the job. Congressman, thank you very much.
We got plenty of ammunition. Go ahead.
It sounds like it. Congressman, thanks very much for joining us today from Dallas.
Always good to be with you guys. Thank you so much.
Great to have you as well. Thank you, sir. All right, straight ahead.